So we are cutting across to more breaking news coming in from the valley, and we are learning that schools and government offices in Kashmir will be open from Monday. That's the big breaking news coming in here on Republic at 11:25 a.m. Shravan Sen, our senior news editor, picking up those details as we are being told that schools and government offices in Kashmir will be open from Monday. So like we've seen that restrictions have been lifted to a great extent when it comes to the situation in the valley, and the valley slowly resuming normalcy. This is one step further indeed in that direction, as we are now being told that schools and government offices in Kashmir will be open from Monday. We saw just a short while back to all that happened in the top court, and also how the top court responded to those petitions against the abrogation of Article 370, also making it very clear that the government should be given more time as far as taking control of the security situation in the valley is concerned. And yes, while we wait for that next hearing, this is certainly a step in that direction as life is now resuming back to normal. Schools and government offices, we are being told, in Kashmir will be open from Monday. So Shravan Sen, I believe, is picking up more details on that, and he should be joining us very shortly to tell us exactly what will be done as far as this step is concerned, and whether it is all the schools and all the government offices in every which area that will be allowed to function from Monday, or certain sensitive areas that could probably continue to have these institutions closed until they get a go-ahead as far as the security situation is concerned. But yes, a very, very positive move in that direction, as life is now getting back to normal. And yes, people will be able to resume their lives with complete normalcy in Kashmir. Shravan, I believe, is already connected with us. He's joining us on this broadcast. Shravan, what more are you picking up? We're being told schools and government offices will be open from Monday. Is that right?
Well, at this stage, the local administration is certainly contemplating of making this announcement after the Friday prayers, that the government offices as well as schools in all likelihood will reopen from Monday. Remember, this decision essentially coming in at a time when the local administration is trying its level best to bring normalcy in the valley, and that is the reason why this decision would become extremely crucial, because after schools as well as colleges and government offices open, you would certainly expect more people coming out, and at least an attempt that would have been made by the local administration to bring everything under, at least bring the normalcy in the valley back. And not just that, remember, as far as communication systems are concerned, remember, the government still at this point in time mulling the option whether at all they are going to reopen the communication system lines, be it the landlines or mobile phones. But that decision is yet to be taken, because remember, to take that particular decision, they will have to look into the fact that whether at all Pakistan is still continuing with their rumor mongering as well as the fake news campaign that is basically started by Pakistan, because that is one of the major reasons why you're looking at a complete blockade as far as communication systems are concerned. And that decision perhaps may take a little bit more time. But with regards to government offices and schools, we're given to understand that they are certainly considering this option of making this announcement after the Friday prayers, and this decision of the administration would certainly be a huge decision, a big announcement after that bold decision that was taken by the centre to abrogate Article 370 and Article 35A.
All right, Shravan, we are certainly waiting for an official confirmation and an announcement on that. But until then, even as they are mulling this decision, I want to understand from you on how exactly are they considering going about this. Then if they have schools and government offices open in Kashmir, will it be across all areas, including the very sensitive areas that have been marked as well, or will it be in some areas and probably not in the others?
Well, as far as the details of this particular announcement is concerned, Suesha, that is still not very clear at this point in time. But we can tell our viewers that they are certainly mulling this option of making an announcement after the Friday prayers of opening up schools and colleges as well as government offices. This is certainly on the cards. Now, how exactly would they be doing that? Would that essentially mean that all schools and colleges across the valley, would that be part of that entire decision, or would it be only a select few colleges and as well as schools in Srinagar city itself? Now, that is still not very clear at this point in time. More clarity on this perhaps a little later in the day when that particular announcement is essentially made. As far as those early morning briefings are concerned, which is generally done by the Principal Secretary Rohit Kansal, that did not take place today. So we are given to understand that too would take place only after the Friday prayers take place. So once that happens, you would expect some sort of announcement to be made because remember, all of the crucial days, be it Eid or 15th of August, these were important days as far as the local administration is concerned, because they were concerned about the security situation, and not just that, also the prevailing condition at the border, given the fact that Pakistan is hell-bent to worsen the law and order situation in Kashmir Valley. So all of these factors have to be, all of these important factors they have to be taken into consideration before any decision is taken, and that is extremely important.
Absolutely, Shravan, and we understand that you are waiting for very specific details on this one. But even as of whatever you can tell us, even if these schools and government offices do reopen, will there be security mounted outside these institutions to ensure that no untoward incident takes place? Because we also understand that so far, barring minor incidents, the situation has more or less been in control. Also, what happened in the Supreme Court this morning, the Supreme Court making it very clear that the government must be given more time to tackle with this situation. So, will it be vis-a-vis the security? Will they continue to mount that outside these institutions, or how could they go about this?
So, let's put this in perspective, that there are certainly extraneous factors before any decision is taken by the local administration here in Kashmir. They have to take into consideration what exactly is happening at the border. Not just that, also our adversary Pakistan, who's been extremely disappointed with the kind of response that has come in from the valley. They were spooked because they were expecting some sort of a civil disobedience to take place in Kashmir after the bold decision of abrogating Article 370 and Article 35A. But that did not happen, and that is the reason why some harsh decisions like a complete communication blockade was taken by the local administration. Not just that, with regards to government schools as well as colleges and offices, remember the decision to keep it shut was also to ensure that no untoward incident takes place, because time and again in the past too, we have seen how government schools and colleges have played a very active role, at least students of those schools and colleges, a very active role in the various agitations that did take place in the past, and that is the reason why you're looking at a complete shutdown at this point in time with regards to schools and colleges. But once this big announcement is essentially made by the local administration that government schools and colleges would reopen, and as well as offices, that in itself would be a great indication that at this point in time at least the security apparatus in the valley are confident that the situation is under control, and that would be the first indicator that the government now is confident that they have been able to take control of the situation, and it is time that people can now freely walk around on the streets of Srinagar with even no more reasonable restrictions, as they have been calling it. Because remember, all this while there's been no curfew in Srinagar city. What the government is calling it is reasonable restrictions that have been placed at several areas, which that too they've been saying it's dynamic in nature. There are certain areas where there are reasonable restrictions, there are certain areas where people can walk freely, but all of that is dependent on the security situation. If the government actually makes this decision by today afternoon that yes, they are all set to open schools and colleges, then yes, this is an announcement, this is an indicator that the government is now confident that they have been able to at least control the situation, and they believe that no matter how much Pakistan essentially wants to create foment trouble here in the valley, they would not be successful, and the security apparatus is certainly under control.
Absolutely, Shravan, and we'll continue to monitor the situation very closely until the Friday prayers and actually until that big announcement is made officially. But irrespective of all this, Shravan, this is a big move of when it happens, because this is just indicative of how the situation is slowly getting normal in the valley, especially with schools and government offices that could open from Monday, isn't it?
Well, there's absolutely no doubt about the fact that if this announcement is made today after the Friday prayers, this is a clear reflection of the fact that the government is certainly confident about the current situation. Not just that, with regards to security conditions, the prevailing conditions here in Kashmir, the National Security Advisor has been camping here since that decision was taken by the centre to abrogate Article 370 and Article 35A. That was essentially done because, remember, that you need to have a unified command as far as security is concerned, and that is the reason why the National Security Advisor has also been travelling extensively across the valley to get an understanding of what's actually happening, and also sending across a message to all those terrorists as well as Pakistan that the National Security Advisor as well as his team, they are certainly not afraid of what's going to really happen, because they have basically taken all of it under control. The situation is completely under the control. Now, with this particular decision essentially taken by the government, by the local administration here to reopen schools and colleges, that would send across a message that we are all set for a new dawn in Kashmir. With regards to this administration, they are completely prepared. These are certain messages that they would certainly want to send across, because the kind of blockade that we saw with regards to communication, that has certainly, antagonized a certain section of people here in Kashmir, because the demand essentially that has been made by the Kashmiris is essentially because of the fact that time and again people have been saying that communication blockade is creating a lot of problem, and they want to certainly avoid that particular situation. But the government, on the other hand, has responded by saying that there is a reason why they're continuing with the communication blockade.
Because fact remains, Shravan, it is better late than sorry, and that exactly is on the top of the agenda for the government. It is much better that everything moves in a more planned manner and no untoward incident happens. And even with this very move, it is to chalk out a security plan that will be extremely crucial, and that exactly is why the government could take time. But like you're telling us, high chances that Monday schools and government offices could open. But this, of course, keeping in mind how the Friday prayers go, is only when an official announcement could be made.
देखिए सुयश, इस वक्त जो रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क के पास जो जानकारी है, ये कि फ्राइडे प्रेयर्स के बाद एक बड़ी अनाउंसमेंट होने की आशंका है, वो ये है कि गवर्नमेंट के जितने सरकारी स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस और दफ्तर जो है वो सोमवार से खुलने की आशंका है। अब यह अनाउंसमेंट, एक फॉर्मल अनाउंसमेंट प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी रोहित कंसल करेंगे आपके फ्राइडे प्रेयर्स के बाद। अब अगर ये होता है, ये पहला ऐसा एक मैसेज भेजा जाएगा कि किस तरह से ये डिसीजन लिया जा रहा है, किस तरह से घाटी में ये अमन और आशा की जो एक वेव है, वो सबसे पहला ये डिसीजन रहेगा कि किस तरह से ये डिसीजन से फर्क पड़ने वाला है। इतने दिनों में से हमने देखा कि किस तरह से फोन लाइंस बंद पड़े हुए हैं, जिसके कारण कश्मीरियों ने काफ़ी बार ये सरकार से मांग की कि कहीं ना कहीं ये डिसीजन लिया जाना चाहिए कि कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम्स को वापस रिस्टोर करने की कोशिश तो एटलीस्ट करनी चाहिए। बट उसमें सरकार का ये मानना है कि कहीं ना कहीं अगर वो डिसीजन लिया जाता है, वो डिसीजन तभी ले पाएंगे जब पता चलेगा कि पाकिस्तान जो एक फेक न्यूज़ कैंपेन चला रही है, वो फेक न्यूज़ कैंपेन बंद हो गया है। उसके बाद ही कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम्स में कोई डिसीजन लिया जाएगा। बट सरकारी स्कूल और कॉलेजेस की अगर बात करें, ये सबसे पहला डिसीजन रहेगा सरकार का, जब ये अनुच्छेद 370 और आर्टिकल 35A को जो हटाने के बाद ये पहला बड़ा डिसीजन रहेगा लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का कि वापस ये नॉर्मलसी लाने की एक कोशिश सरकार कर रही है।